This week we take a look at the annual Special Olympics that takes place at THS. We also learn about the impact of young voters. Welcome back to this week's edition of WTHS News. I'm Jocie Delk. Today is a very special day. The last time I saw a solar eclipse, I was in the 6th grade. The science department is getting ready for today's event. Ms. McCullough's class has been charting lots of data with telescopes. Other classes have been making viewing boxes for their solar eclipse. The eclipse plans to make its appearance later today around 3. Many news articles are warning us about possible power outages that may occur during the eclipse.
I just really hope our students learn to actually appreciate what's going outside around them. We have access to watch this really cool event take place, and it's not going to take place for another 20 years. So really what I want them to gain from these activities is just being able to make an observation, to look and see the differences of what's going to happen and experience it, and really be awed by the science that's happening around them.
Last Tuesday on March 26, One School Business hosted their grand reopening. The Wave Zone is a school store lab that helps students learn to thrive in entrepreneurship, marketing, economics, and other topics related to running a business. The students also work through challenges business owners face, such as inventory, budgeting, and finding out which products to sell. The store also prepares students for the entrepreneurship and small business certification with hands-on experience.
When it comes to my future and stuff, it's just good team bonding and stuff. Like, we laugh and stuff, and we learn how to fix things together and stuff like that.
Speaking on preparation, a lot of work went into planning the Special Olympics that took place last week. Rylie gives us more on this heartwarming event.
In August of 1968, the Special Olympics became a tradition throughout the entire U.S. On March 28th, Tupelo High School hosted their very own Special Olympics.
There were about 30 schools and 900 athletes attending the Special Olympics here at Tupelo High School. Many THS and other students from other schools are helping host the Olympics.
Luke Finney, a junior from TCPS, and Clara Homan, a sophomore at THS, explained their biggest joys was helping with the Special Olympics.
I just like helping the kids because, this really means a lot to them, and seeing the smiles on the parents, like they finally get to do something.
I think that they get their moment, like they get to show what they can do, and they're competing with people on their levels, not people that have an upper advantage, and you just get to help with different things. It's great.
The Special Olympics is a big event that takes lots of planning. Cassie Swoop, a special needs teacher at Tupelo Middle School and one of the organizers for the Olympics, shares what the big day means to her.
I mean, a whole lot of work goes into it. A whole lot of work from people here at the high school goes into it, and it's all worth it to just see them. You just stand around and just watch, and everybody's just so happy and so excited, and it's just the best day.
There were many events the athletes could participate in, like running, shot put, jumps, and more. Mariah Cole, an athlete that participated in the Special Olympics, shares what she was most looking forward to.
I was looking forward to just having fun with my friends.
The Special Olympics was a success and meant a lot to not only the athletes who participated, but also the parents, student helpers, and everyone else who was there. I'm Rylie Robinson, WTHS News.
Thanks, Rylie. We saw outstanding talent on the field at the Special Olympics. Channing gives us an update on MSU football player who's finding a way to give back.
Welcome back to a new week of sports. I'm Channing Hooper. On April 28th, a Tupelo High School alumni, Jett Johnson, returned to campus with a special surprise. While preparing for the NFL draft, he decided to give Tupelo's football program part of his NIL deal.
I'm a big believer in, it kind of takes a village, and I didn't get to the position I am today, by myself. And Tupelo, like I just said, had a huge part of that, and so I kind of wanted to come back, not empty-handed, but give some money back to the program that helped build me, and so that was kind of the motive.
Tupelo is always excited to receive support, and Coach Harden believes it's a good sign for the program.
I mean, it's huge. It says a lot about the program, shows it's got tradition. It shows these young men that are in the program or guys coming through that you can go through this program and you can make it. You can go play on the next level and play college football. You can also have that opportunity to go play NFL football.
Football isn't the only program to receive great news. Archery has been on a roll lately. Every meet Archery has shot for has made them approach or meet school records. In one of their latest tournaments, 6 of Tupelo's archer boys finished in the top 100. Coach Presley is optimistic about how they will perform at the state meet.
Getting to compete in the state meet is always exciting. It means that we qualified. We're one of the top teams in the state. We're also in what I call the championship round. The top 5 get to compete against each other at the same time. We've got a real shot this year. It's really exciting.
While the coach is excited for their future, that doesn't stop the pressure from affecting his archers, including Miles and Rylie.
The only pressure I'm dealing with right now is that I'm scared I'm gonna shoot worse at state than what I did at North Half.
Miles is the only archer feeling nervous. Rylie has his own concerns too.
Yeah, I usually expect it to be one of the best and always the best, which puts you a lot of pressure when you start shooting. And archery is supposed to be kind of calm. You gotta stay focused when you shoot. And all that pressure just kind of builds up sometimes.
Today, archery will be competing in Jackson for their state meet. That's it for last week's sports. I'm Chenny Hooper, WTHS Sports Media.
While many sports prepare for away games, Julia Jane traveled to South Carolina last month to show us how our votes can make a difference.
And low-income eligible voters went to the poll at the same rate as higher income voters, they would have the power to sway every election.
The presidential election will take place later this year, and many people are preparing for the ballots. But where are the youth?
Just last week, South Carolina held its presidential primaries. The polling places saw record results with over 900,000 voters participating. Even with this large turnout, the youth representation was less than 3%. TJ Lundeen, the Director of Public Information and Outreach for the South Carolina Election Commission, says this can improve by doing more educational outreach.
So I think it is a lack of representation in general. When people don't see someone who aligns with their beliefs or someone who looks like them on the ballot, they're just less motivated to go out and vote for someone.
Lundeen says the ability to shape the future is in the hands of the youth voters, but they have to show up to see a change.
And what we're trying to do now is really get into colleges and universities and high schools to engage with that younger demographic to make sure that people understand that voting matters around the calendar, not just during an election time.
According to Tufts University, there was an 11% increase in voting for people ages 18 to 29 in the 2020 election compared to the 2016 election. This next election could see this trend go up even more.
I think it's important to remember what you value. I feel like there's extremes to lots of things these days, and just staying true to yourself, no matter what other people tell you, is super important when it comes to picking who you want to lead our country.
Today at the South Carolina State Capitol, people are protesting for voting rights for underprivileged people. They lobbied for easier access for voters and for more people to vote to make a change.
Youth representation will be vital for this next presidential election. I'm Julia Jane Averette, WTHS News.
Be sure to register before October to be able to vote in the 2024 presidential election. On another note, THS Theater Department is gearing up for their next show. As the northern lights hover over the star-filled sky above, Almost residents find themselves falling in and out of love in unexpected and often hilarious ways. Miss Austin and her students have worked hard over the past 6 weeks to prepare this show for audience to enjoy.
We have been rehearsing for around 6 weeks, and this is a play that we read in class, and so it's always been a favorite of a lot of the students. And so we've just talked about relationships and how to interpret the lines and how to sometimes say what's not being said.
Almost Maine will show April 11th, 12th, and 13th. Recently, WTHS students headed to Oxford to attend the spring conference. Attending the Mississippi Scholastic Press Association is like the state championship. Unfortunately, the Tupelo Public School District dismissed school, and the WTHS students had to come back due to inclement weather in the area. On Wednesday, April 3rd, WTHS Media and Wave Media held a virtual awards ceremony in the small auditorium to celebrate the teamwork and individual awards. We were also honored with the Best in Sports Studio Anchor and the Best Sports Story, along with other awards. In addition, Wave Media was awarded News Publication of the Year, and 4 students from our journalism departments were awarded All Mississippi honorees. Congratulations to all. Have a great week. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching this week's edition of WTHS News.